Pak. Selamat
Iya.
pagi, apa kabar? Halo Ibu, selamat pagi.
Iya.
Pagi.
Baik. Terima
Masih
kasih
ketemu
sudah
online kita ya Pak?
Iya, biasanya di grup WA aja.
Iya. Semoga ada waktu nanti bisa ketemu offline.
Iya, iya. Ya. Bu Ana Tambunan sudah sering bertemu atau pernah berinteraksi dengan Pak Handoyo ya, Handoyo Puji Widodo.
Iya Pak, sering.
Oh, alumni Universitas Jember juga itu kan.
Iya.
Uh-uh.
Mana beliau sekarang ya Pak?
Jadi guru besar di King Abdul Aziz
Ya.
di Saudi.
Oh, Saudi Arabia.
Iya.
Oh, akhirnya beliau menetap di situ karena kan sempat ke Cina beliau Pak.
Iya, betul. Terus pindah.
Santo University.
Iya.
Oh, jadi sekarang menetapnya di Saudi ya Pak ya?
Iya.
Pantesan ya, jarang
muncul.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we cordially invite you to be ready at your position because in a few minutes the public lecture will proceed in no time. Please kindly unmute your microphone if you are not going to have a response. Well, Ibu Winda, kita bisa mulai, Ibu.
Silakan Bu Sila, please. Yeah, thank you.
Baik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan. Good morning, honorable speaker, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. We extend our warmest welcome to all of you to the public lecture 2024 here virtually, being proudly organized by English Applied Linguistics Study Program, Postgraduate School of Universitas Negeri Medan, and supported by Indonesian Postgraduate Foreign Language Education Association today on March 3rd, 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, as we've already perceived, that applied linguistic research plays a significant role in understanding and addressing issues related to multilingualism in both educational and social contexts. Therefore, today we proudly introduce the theme of the public lecture, Research in Applied Linguistics. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to me to inform you that among us here we have the Honorable, the Academic and Student Affairs of Postgraduate School of Universitas Negeri Medan, Bapak Dr. Denny Setiawan, MSI. Good morning, Bapak. Okay, the honorable guest, Professor Dr. Ninyoman Padmadewi, the head of Indonesian Postgraduate Foreign Language Education Association. Good morning, Prof.
Good morning Ibu, thank you so much.
Okay, the honorable, our distinguished invited speaker, Bapak Ribut Wahyudi, MD, PhD. Good morning, Bapak.
Good morning, Mbak. Thank you.
Yeah, the Honorable, the head of English Applied Linguistics Study Program, of course, Ibu Winda Setiasari, PhD, and last but not least, to the Honorable guest, moderator, and all participants of today's public lecture. Well, honorable distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as Indonesian Postgraduate Foreign Language Education Association fully support this event, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Ninyoman Padmadewi to deliver her welcoming speech as the first agenda of this event. Prof. Padmadewi, please welcome.
Thank you so much Ibu for the time. Good morning everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and Om Swastiastu. First of all, I would like to extend our highest
Recording in progress.
you. First of all, I would like to extend our highest gratitude to the committee and Ibu Winda for arranging this seminar and also involving APAPI to be part of it. Also, I would like to say my highest appreciation to Mr. Ribut Wahidi, MED, PhD, for the willingness to share the experience and expertise on the topic of research in applied linguistics today. As you know, I'm Ninyoman Padma Devi as the head of APBAPI. APBAPI stands for Asosiasi Pendidikan Bahasa Asing Pasca Sarjana Indonesia, which was founded on October 2022, just recently. APBAPI has two main purposes, such as to improve the quality of the study program under the association and also how to build meaningful collaboration for developing the competencies and expertise of the members. And one of the activities conducted is the seminar like we have now. The topic is highly needed, so thank you so much for the committee to choose this topic because the student of postgraduate program are expected to be able to carry out research which will lead them to be able to have the competency of level 8 for master degree and level 9 for uh, doctorate degree based on the criteria of KKNI in Indonesia. So what does it mean? The student must be able to have good knowledge about how research must be done in the level of master degree or PhD degree. The topic on applied linguistics, research in applied linguistics is very important because the student will be able to have any kind of knowledge and also skills how research in the issues related to the study of second and foreign language will be conducted, and also the study of language and linguistics in relation to practical problems. So I believe that the webinar now is not only beneficial for the students, but also to all of us as lecturers or researchers. May the webinar not only be a starting point, but also a catalyst for all of us to continue exploring and applying the newfound insight. Let's maintain this collaborative spirit. Let's share ideas and embrace innovation in our collective effort to advance the field of applied linguistics. Right. I think that's all I can say. I don't want to spend a lot of time because I would like to give more time to Bapak Ribut to share all the knowledge about research in applied linguistics. I think that's all I can say. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Nyoman Padmadewi. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we would like to introduce our study program, let us proudly present the video profile of English Applied Linguistics Study Program.
Iya makanya aku bilang jodohin lagu. Mana dia mana? Oh iya sir. Penasaran aku dengan kedatangannya sih. Punya rumah. Mana dia? Penasaran aku nih. Belum lah.
I'm sorry, the operator. Please, the sound, make it up. Yeah, we cannot hear the sound. I'm sorry.
Sabarlah Miss. Dibalik sudah punya anak, Miss sudah punya suami yang belum. Jadi bersabarlah. Tunggu giliran.
I'm really sorry. There's a technical problem. We cannot hear the sound well, I think. But I think the show must go on, ya, Mem Linda. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to listen to the opening remarks from the Academic and Student Affair of Postgraduate School, Universitas Negeri Medan, Bapak Dr. Denny Setiawan, MSI. Please welcome. Sorry, Pak Wadir, masih mute. Oke, thank you.
Terima kasih Bu Sisila. Mohon izin Bapak dan Ibu, apakah juga saya membuka Bu Sisila kegiatan ini?
Ya, silakan Bapak.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, salam sejahtera kita semua. Yang sama-sama kita hormati dan yang kita banggakan, Profesor Dr. Ni Nyoman Fatma Dewi MA selaku Ketua Asosiasi Pendidikan Bahasa Asing Program Pasca Sarjana Indonesia yang baru saja tadi memberikan sambutannya, yang sama-sama kita hormati dan kita banggakan Bapak Ribut Wahyudi dari UIN Malang. Selamat datang Pak di Kota Medan walaupun secara daring.
Terima kasih Pak.
Ya, saya pernah di Malang Pak Nyoman Ribut dalam rangka tugas tahun yang lalu.
Oh iya, kampus mana Pak?
Di UIN Malang.
Oh iya.
Iya. Oke, terus juga yang sama-sama kita hormati Ibu Beda Setiasari selaku Ketua Prodi Pasca Sarjana Universitas Negeri Medan, dan kita banggakan para mahasiswa S2 LTBI Pasca Sarjana Universitas Negeri Medan. Kami apresiasi kegiatan ini sangat baik ya, terutama dalam menumbuhkan suasana akademik di Pasca Sarjana Universitas Negeri Medan. Oleh karena itu, kami sangat berterima kasih kepada Ibu ya di Nyoman selaku Ketua Prodi, selaku Ketua Asosiasi ya, Pendidikan Bahasa Asing Pasca Sarjana Indonesia, dan juga sangat berterima kasih kepada Bapak Ribut Wahyudi selaku narasumber. Ya, mudah-mudahan kegiatan ini bisa memberikan semangat untuk para mahasiswa LTBI, STBI, dan juga tentunya bisa memberikan kontribusi terhadap peningkatan pembelajaran di Pasca Sarjana Universitas Negeri Medan. Kami berharap dalam kegiatan ini, terutama kepada yang terhormat Profesor Dr. Nyoman Fatma Dewi, kerjasama ini tidak Ibu ya.
Pak, siap.
Karena memang kami memerlukan betul kerjasama dengan asosiasi-asosiasi yang ada di Pasca Sarjana. Itu nanti kepada Bu Indah Setiasari, mungkin kerjasama ini bisa berlanjut ya dalam bentuk luaran-luaran yang bisa memberikan kontribusi ya terhadap kekuatan asosiasi, khususnya asosiasi pendidikan bahasa asing ya Pasca Sarjana Indonesia, dan juga kepada khususnya S2 LTBI. Gitu juga kami terima kasih Pak Ribut Wahyudi. Mudah-mudahan materi Bapak bisa membuka wawasan kepada mahasiswa S2 LTBI. Amin. Dan rasa bangga dan juga mengucapkan Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, kuliah umum dengan topik Research in Applied Linguistics di Pasca Sarjana Universitas Negeri Medan saya buka dengan resmi. Terima kasih, kami kembalikan kepada Bu Sisila dan Mantik selaku moderator.
Thank you, Bapak Dr. Denny Setiawan, MSI, for opening this public lecture officially. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before moving to the further agenda, for the documentation, we continue to the photo session. We would like you to be ready on the camera of your screen. Yeah, I need help from the operator to take the photo, please.
Ih manisnya.
Okay, thank you very much for everyone. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Prof.
without
Berlin aja
further
buka
ado,
kamera
now
langsung.
please help me welcome our invited speaker, Bapak Ribut Wahyudi, MED PhD. For this occasion, I would like to invite Bapak Mahmud Layan Tasud, PhD, to moderate this session. Well, Bapak Mahmud, time is yours.
Thank you, Ibu Dr. Susila Damanik, our beloved MC. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. It is an honor to be a moderator for this public lecture on research in applied linguistics. First thing first, I'd like to briefly introduce our invited speaker, Bapak Ribut Wahyudi, SSMED, PhD. Mr. Wahyudi, PhD, completed his undergraduate study with a degree in Bachelor of Arts from Universitas Jember, his master's in TESOL from Sydney Uni, and his doctoral degree, also in TESOL, from Victoria University of Wellington in New Zealand. He has participated in various national and international conferences and workshops as a presenter and invited speaker. Mr. Wahidi PhD has extensive and comprehensive national and international peer-reviewed publications focusing on critical applied linguistics, cultural studies, world Englishes, and critical discourse analysis. One of his most recent excuse me. Okay, so one of his most recent published work that I believe, among many others, is very much related to today's lecture is entitled Using Critical Applied Linguistics to Negotiate the Teaching of Dominant Englishes, published by Routledge. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please give a warm welcome to Bapak Ribut Wahyudi, PhD. Let's put on our clapping hands emoji, ladies and gentlemen, to invite him, please. Right, and to show our appreciation. Bapak, the time is all yours now.
Thank you, Pak Mahmud, for brief introduction, and also I would like to thank for Bu Winda Setiasari, who has invited me for this event, and also thanks to Anna Tambunan to introduce me to Bu Winda. Thanks also go to Prof. Pak Madewi and also Pak Wadir just now, who has introduced some of the programs of the Master in Linguistic Studies at the University of Medan. Okay. I have prepared several pages PDF presentation, and I'd like to share it with you now. First of all, before I discuss further about research in applied linguistics, I use here the word current research in applied linguistics, and this morning I tried to browse some of the current topics of applied linguistics from the leading journals in the fields. We have the Applied Linguistic Review by Moulton de Guita. We have also annual review of Applied Linguistics by Cambridge University Press. And also we have International Journal of Applied Linguistics by Wiley Publisher. And also we have English Today by Cambridge, and also Australian Review of Applied Linguistics by John Benjamins, and also Issues in Applied Linguistics by UCLA, University of California, Los Angeles. But before that, I mentioned my subject positions here. When I did my bachelor at the University of Jember, my undergraduate thesis on SFL, Historic Functional Linguistic thesis, which later on also deals with one of my current works later and my published research 2017 on uh, predatory journals. I analyzed that based on you know generic structure and all the things using systemic functional linguistics, also using Ken Hyden, and that's published by Balcliffe Macmillan. Therefore, I mentioned that my basic from undergraduate degree has um, exposed me to systemic functional linguistics. Okay, and for MED TESOL, I did my study at the University of Sydney, where I learned the courses from several well-known scholars. For example, Professor Brian Poltrich, who was in the past as one of the associate editor of TESOL Quarterly, and also I learned from Professor Leslie Harbin for interculturality in language education. Recently, I completed my PhD from Victoria University of Wellington. I did a PhD is which deals with a post-structural, post-colonial, interdisciplinary. That's I used the word TCOM. TCOM from I borrowed the word from Professor Angeline and her colleague. TCOM means teaching English as localized communication. So rather than using TESOL, because I am really inspired by post-structural and post-colonial, the word TCOM is considered to be more appropriate. This is the turning point of my, the shifting of my research interest. If from the bachelor up to the master's level, my research is on mainstream research, but starting from my PhD, my research is a lot more critical, and in the sense that I am really inspired by post-colonial and post-structural, where I usually refer to or I use several big scholars in the field. For example, when I use Suresh Kanagaraja and then Alastair Beniku, I refer to Yugo Kubota and Body Norton. That's the big applied linguist. And also I use Michel Foucault, the philosopher from French philosopher, as one of my key theories in my PhD, and other uh, uh, big names, for example, like Professor Eric Connell. He is a critical sociologist from University of Sydney, where I learned the global South and global North understanding of sociology. This is my background, which later on really shaped my research and also my published work. After I browsed from several international leading journals in applied linguistics, and also my observation and my encounter with international scholars, because also in social media I am a virtual Facebook friends, for example, with Li Wei, with Suresh Kanagaraja, and other big scholars. And I know from them the recent publication and so on and so forth. This is some of the keywords that I encountered and I consider uh, uh, updated, recent, right? The first is the word multilingualism. Yeah, multilingualism is the current word happening in TESOL. If we refer to the book written by Professor Stephen May from the University of Auckland, he wrote, he and his colleague wrote a book on multilingual turn in TESOL, published by Routledge in 2014. So if we refer to multilingualism, I think it does resonate much or more with our context, because our research in Indonesian context, many of the students are multilingual. Yeah? Therefore, as inspired by post-colonial and post-structural, I introduced the concept of multilingual speaker, multilingualism, rather than the idea of native, non-native speakerism. This is because we believe, critical applied linguistic scholars believe that the idea of the dichotomy of native speakerism, non-native speakerism will only advantage the white scholars. If we use the word multilingual speaker, we can relate much with our own contact and with our own students. This is the idea also which drives the development of translingual practice and also translanguaging things, which value the students' local or national languages in addition to English. Now, the second keyword or phrase in the current research, I think, without me mentioning some of the current research, is about digital discourse. So the current phenomena, if we look at student undergraduate thesis, for example, the millennial students tend to adopt research with with a digital setting as the research side. One of famous work written by Unrum and Hum 2018 is about, for example, a selfie as a global discourse. Yeah, a selfie as global discourse is a very common day-to-day phenomena that we can see and experience. But maybe not many of us are interested or even doing research on this daily practices issue. Of course, when doing a selfie as global discourse, Fum and Undru use multimodal discourse analysis as a research approach. The one, for example, written by Gunter Grass and Van Leeuwen. Yeah? This is one of the examples of digital discourse. When students are introduced, when students are given materials with the, which is familiar for them, then they might be interested in doing digital discourse topic for the thesis. Translanguaging. Today, translanguaging has in some way replaced the old idea of code switching, even though the phenomena is quite overlapping, I think, in fact. But theoretically, translanguaging now has gained momentum. We know so far, we are browsing. There are thousands of studies done on translanguaging. This work is pioneered, for example, by Ofelia Garcia, Professor Ofelia Garcia at University of New York, City University of New York, and then also Professor Liwei, who is now the dean at UCL London School of Education. Translanguaging, among others, is one of the keywords nowadays in the field. The similar concept proposed by Kanagaraja is translingualism. We know the word or the phrase translingual practice. Kanagaraja introduced, more analytical, framework. We know that we read the book Translingual Practice. Kanagaraja used the ideas of voicing and textualization and several other technical terms. But using that, Kanagaraja is able to show us that the practice of multilingual practices cannot be seen as just as black and white. multilingual practices where the speakers can use of multiple languages in social events can be captured more if we research those language use by using translingual practice or translanguaging, for example. Recently, we have English. English is not something new. You know, back in 1986, Braj Kachru has introduced the idea of inner circles, outer circles, and expanding circles. But started from that work, the following scholars introduce, their own scholarly works. We know, for example, Ruari Tupas. Yeah? Ruari Tupas is one of the head of department at the University of College London, introduced the idea of unequal increases. In this early 2024, his edited book is coming out, where one of them I was invited to contribute chapter, and I am one of the contributor on that book chapter. And then also a social justice issue is also a key sign of our TESOL research today. Therefore, when we are discussing about translanguaging, we also